About that. I'm sorry about it being so public. Shizune and I go some ways. Her voice seems slightly irritated as she remembers Shizune obviously unwilling to discuss it any further. I glance to Hanako for reviews on this, but her expression is unsurprisingly evasive and difficult to read. Either way, I guess her apologizing for it is something, even if my curiosity goes unanswered. I'll be glad once the festival's over, in any case. A change of topic is welcome, clearing the thickening air quickly. I can imagine. My whole school festival were a lot more low-key than this. Yamaku streets. Sorry, we're gonna get it, I swear. I'll do better. Don't go just yet. Yamaku stresses the idea of school communities, so the staff like to make her festival on such special occasions. And yet the students are the ones who do the work. What an unfair world. Hanako and Lily both chuckles in agreement, considering the fact that none of the staff are around to hear her grumbling. I suppose coming from a strict all girl school helped me a bit with Yamaku compared to the Yamaku who's much more relaxed. That go way toward explaining her well-bred speeches and behavior in any case. As we come up the dormitory, it eventually comes time to leave for our respective rooms. See you, Lily, Hanako. The two both gives polite nods before setting off to the woman's dorm just next to the guys. As it is to be expected of such an arrangement, the staff member casually patrolling around outside to prevent any nighttime shenanigans. Walking past him, I quickly stretch my arm and rub my neck, both quite sore after having worked on the floor for so long, before walking to my room. It feels good to actually have direction though, after so long in the hospital. The everyday facts of studying, homework, and teachers seems almost a blessing. I guess if things continue like this, my time at Yamaku might turn out okay. Had a ring to the nurse nagging voice in the back of my head, I set my alarm clock to wake me up early enough to go jogging again. I made a promise and I am going to keep it. Besides, Amy is bound to rat on me if I don't show up. But it's not all that bad. Especially since I like Amy. Hey, look at that! We're done with chapter, I think. Or it's just product placement. My morning alarm goes off and I flail about uselessly for a while until I remember that I decided to give morning rounds another shot. I don't know if this was my greatest idea, but I'm determined to keep going. This is about my health, after all. And it's kind of the only thing you have to worry for, except school. So, come on, would you please give it a shot? Sure, things haven't been great lately for me, but that hasn't made existence so intolerable that I'm not going to try everything I can to stay healthy. Besides, it's about asserting some kind of control over this thing, right? If I can manage that, well, I can manage anything. At least, that's what I keep telling myself. Once again, it would appear that I'm not alone in my run. Himi has apparently been here for some time. It looks like she's already worked up a good sweat. Sorry, I keep moving my headphones thingamabob. Control the volume and stuff. I don't know how it's called. Just when the hell does she come down here anyway? Oh, hi, it's you. I'm surprised to see you again. What's that? Well, not many people actually manage to come back for a second try. She frowns, seemingly annoyed by a passing thought. Like the rest of the track team, for instance. Still, it was only supposed to be a volunteer basis, so it's not that big of a shock. And I guess it's pretty early in the morning. And shrug. Suddenly it appears that she's forgotten what she was talking about. The frown disappeared entirely and she seemed to snap back to her previous train of thoughts. So, come on then. What? You're here to run again, right? Well, yes. So come on. I find myself suddenly grabbed and yanked onto the track. This... Alright, things seems to be set in mirroring yesterday run. That is, I seem to be struggling while I move with an effortless that I find invaluable. It's incredibly bothersome to be so easily worn out. I know I should be patient, work towards things gradually, but it's difficult to stay positive about this. We run the track and start our second lap. He seems to have grown impatient, keeping pace with me, and begins to pull away. This is where I gave out yesterday. Will I be able to do more? Do it! Go for gold, man! What am I doing here? Am I really just going to fold and let me pull ahead? I speed up. Second lap's done. I'm gonna kill myself, am I? Second lap's done quickly, and without even considering it, I keep going. Himi looks back over my shoulder at me and grins. Still going? Wouldn't want you to think I'm out of shape. My heart! Himi laughs, without breaking her stride no less, and speeds up even more. Well, if it's the way we're going to play this, I increase my own pace. I'm so dead. I can feel my lung burning, and my legs are starting to question just what the hell I'm thinking I'm doing. Like acid screams in my muscle, but I close my ears and can let myself fall behind, because that would be a loss. The rational voice in my head inquires mildly just when we started playing game. I'd answer it, but I'm having a lot of trouble thinking at present. She's so fast. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. It's like a string pulling in my chest, a choking feeling of narrowed and painness. Before I can think of anything else, then oh shit! The track disappears from under my feet. I stumble, one hand shooting down to clutch my chest, the other hitting the track to keep me from falling on my face. Amy whirls around, and her eyes widen. You! She yells at me, sprinting from the other side of the track. What's wrong? The heart. It's like it just ate a whole set of bread. Keep your breathing steady. Calm down. Don't panic. I don't want to die. Don't panic. Do you need me to get a nurse? I close my eyes, shutting out the outside world. My heart struggled to regain its rhythm. Slowly, the pain in my chest began to subside. Soon, it's gone like nothing happened. It was nothing? No, something happened there. I open my eyes again and glance at the very worried Amy. I think I'm fine. My voice sounds weird, even to myself. Oddly, even. And matter of fact, it makes Amy frown. I don't think you are. She seems to come to a decision and nods to herself. Right, you're coming with me. You've got to see the nurse. Himi grabs my arms and drags me up. I feel a bit wobbly, but I refuse to shoulder Himi offers support. Honestly, I'm a little ashamed of my own weakness. I'd really rather not have any concern about me, but it seems to be too late. Heck, I'd really rather not have anyone concerned about my condition, though at this point, it seems to be too late for that as well. I'd like to be able to deal with the whole thing on my own without being a bother to anyone else. While I'm wishing it for things, I'd rather not have this condition in the first place. Nurse! Hemi crashed into the office without knocking, but it doesn't alarm the nurse in the least. Oh my god, he's back! What was his voice again? Good morning, Sunshine! What's up? Sunshine? Anyway, he calmly sips from his coffee mug, but lays it down after following him and gaze to my looming in the doorway. Yo, what brings you here? We were running, and he stumbled over and started grabbing his chest. Whoa, calm down, I haven't done reading. And grabbing his chest, and I thought I'd come to get you and make him wait, but he said he was okay, and then I thought you should see him anyway, and... Skip the next. Okay, there we go.
Easy there, Kimmy. Calm down, woman. Don't you know what happened? You, what happened?
I don't know. We were running, and then my chest started hurting like that time before, but it went away after a few seconds. It was just a flutter or something. Nurses frowned, as if to say, just a flutter. Some kind of oxymoron. He just called you a moron.
I didn't mean quite this. When I suggest to get some you gotta be more careful, you. I told you we don't have battery on the track. You need to carry it with you.
I was being careful. I just overdid it a little. Come to think of it, I just got into a race with a member of the track team. Doesn't seem as well reasoned as I thought it would.
You just what?
Yeah, that is. Yeah, was maybe racing Emmy?
Emmy, is that true?
Emmy fidgets, looking at her oblique contrite.
Well.
Finally, she can seem to bring herself to say it aloud and merely nods. The nurse sighs and rubs at his forehead with one hand tightly.
Emmy, you've got to be more sensitive to the limits of others. I don't know if he told you, but you has a bad heart, and getting him to raise you was incredibly irresponsible.
Actually, I started it. The nurse stunned at my statement.
You what? We were just running. Enemy started to pull away, so I decided to be manly and shoot for the stars.
The nurse stares at the ceiling, mutters a prayer for patience to some god or another, and looks back down at both of us.
So you're both stupid. That's a comfort, I guess. Now come on, you. I've got to make sure your heart's not going to explode or something.
I dutifully obey and follow him to the adjacent room, where we are certain that I am, in fact, not going to keel over and die.
So how does that feel? Is it cold? Let me put it against your skin again. It's a new kind of battery.
I don't know, nothing much. I'm tired, but I might be just from the exercise.
You should stay here for a few hours and rest, and we'll see how you feel after that, okay? I'm not going to object, so I lie down in the infirmary bed. A thoroughly miserable Hammy comes in after getting an earful from the nurse in the other room. I couldn't hear what he said through the closed door, but I'm sure it wasn't pleasantries. Look, I'm really sorry. I should have been more careful.
Hey, you didn't know. It's not your fault. She looks awfully down and sorry, and my reassurance don't do anything much to cheer her up.
I want to make it up to you.
Again with the decisive nods.
So you have to come to lunch with me. I'll bring it for you, okay? Something really good.
I start with, you don't have to, but then shut up and just nod at her when I see her face.
Good. We meet on the roof.
Of all the place!
Yep, the weather's nice now, so the roof is a great spot for lunch, you know?
I see.
You'll come, right? You wouldn't deny me the chance to make it up to you, right?
Of course not.
Great. See you there.
I stay afloat for somewhere between asleep and awake, feeling completely drained. Not only my body, but all of me is limp and paralyzed apart from my senses. I swallow with difficulty and then try to lie as still as I can, which in this state is not a very hard thing to do. The nurse is shuffling around the other side of the curtains. He drew to give me privacy. I can see a shadow shifting about in the sunlight. He has opened the window of his office. It's windy outside. The clean white curtains flutter in the breeze in a heavy, lazy motion, like waves. Light sifts through slowly, halfway absorbing into the fabric. I close my eyes. The breeze of my face feels like the soft fabric of the curtain. I listen to the sound of my heartbeat for a moment, trying to shut out the sound of the nurse tapping away on this computer and my own heavy breathing. It's steady. Damn it. Not even a week in, and I end up like this. I really screwed up this time. Should have done better than playing a half-baked sports stars in front of a real one. And why did I try to act brave? Like that heart flutter was no big deal, even when it was obvious that it was. It was just a reflex, to push it away, to keep it inside. I didn't want it to happen. I didn't want Amy to see it. Stupid. I have to be more careful or I will end up in the hospital again, or worse. Dun dun dun! That's my final thought before I give in to the tiredness.
And welcome back!
I fell asleep for how long? What time is it? I'm feeling a little heightened, and I keep blinking compulsively. Pushing the curtain as I squint my eyes against the unfiltered light pouring from the window. The texture of the canvas feels nothing like the wind it did before. The nurse looks up from his work, sitting exactly where he was before.
How you feeling?
I can't really tell, so I don't answer anyway. I'm feeling kind of groggy from falling asleep at such a weird time. Hopefully it don't look too weird. What time is it? Me croaking the question gained some orientation. The nurse looked at his wristwatch before answering. Team sings tap in slow motion.
10:15.
I try to think for a moment what it means, but I'm not really sure.
You didn't answer my question, you.
Fine.
Climb down from the bed then. Let's see how you're doing. Don't.
I try to exactly do that, only to sway dizzily when I move too fast. The nurse moved to support me by an arm and scythe.
Stand up too quickly. That's what I was going to say. Just sit there. I'll check your pressure to measure.
My God, intention sure lasted for a long time. I shut up embarrassed myself while the nurse gets busy with an old-fashioned contraption in my arm. After a couple of minutes, it puts it away, looking neither pleased nor unhappy.
You're alright. Got stop spinning?
Yeah.
Good. Now how are the contents doing? You didn't show a very good judgment out there, you.
I swallowed the retort I was going to make. It's what I was thinking myself, but hearing it start by somebody else made me want to protest. What he's saying is not pleasant to hear. Doesn't make him any less right. No, sir. He nods, still looking as neutral as he was before. Would be easy to be angry with him if you say he'd told you so or something, but he doesn't.
I can try and help you to keep your health, but ultimately, the last call lies with you. Hopefully, this little episode will be something to remind you of that. It's a note for your teacher to avoid interrogation.
I take the slip of paper he's offering, and on it is written, "You is a little bitch because he tried to run too much." And then I make my leave, as I can't think of anything else to say, not even really want to.
Stay out of trouble, you hear me? I don't think it was anything but a scare, but next time could be different.
I hear you. There's some way to get to the school building straight from the auxiliary building, but I'm not keen to find out and possibly get lost, so I go out from the exit then that I know works. I stop at the stairs of the auxiliary building, deliberating for a moment between going to the dorms or to get my book or going straight away to the class. The sun stings my eyes, so I head towards the dorm. I thought we were going to the dorms. Why are we in the classway? Anyway, the halls are quiet, as the courtyard was, naturally, so since everyone's in class, I knock lightly at the door of 3-3 and push open the door when Matao calls from the other side. Sorry I'm late. 15 pairs of eyes turns to me.
Good morning, you, the viewer.
I like this.